show. I'm Prince Hakeem.
Amanda Love.
And today we have a topic that most people are talking about nowadays, which is the coronavirus.
AKA COVID-19.
AKA Walking Dead. AKA Snot Boogers. AKA the drip.
AKA like the deadly flu.
Yeah, just the flu. Like you would just say it's the flu. But you know, some people are affected more than others. Obviously, kids are out of school now. They're closing down they closed down church. They closed church.
They're closing gyms.
They told you couldn't come to Jesus' house.
Can't. Jesus is sick.
I didn't say that. But the gyms, churches.
Pretty much any place where a gathering of people, a large amount of people, is Shamrock Marathon.
Gone. They canceled something in the water.
Something in the water. No more.
Dreamville has a concert down in North Carolina. Done. Flights. So if you had bought your ticket months prior,
Asked out.
I feel sorry for you, man.
Asked out. Hotels.
Yeah.
Some hotels are closing.
I'm just getting nervous because I'm going to the Dominican Republic in June, and I'm like, I need y'all to hurry up with this, like move this along, so I can go ahead and buy my ticket. Because if I don't, I want to get it when it's low.
I was gonna say, I would advise hold off on that.
I kind of want to hold off.
I would hold off.
But I'm gonna monitor it because I can probably fly out there for like $25.
The way it's looking right now,
I can get a ticket.
And you'll be on that flight by yourself.
Yeah, I'll be in first class, champagne popping.
So I have a friend who teaches, was in school last week, like barely any students, barely any teachers.
Damn.
Just people ain't going.
Yeah.
Because they're like scared.
Whew.
So.
Yeah.
What I did this morning was I looked up Harvard, of course, has a research department for COVID-19.
Of course they do.
And they have some, frequently asked questions. So I figured I would look up some research for those of you who have questions. Because a lot of us don't, including myself, don't really have like the details. We just know it looks like cold/flu/ whatever, right?
I do want to say this though, for the people who are watching and what you know about corona, you may have like the top surface of what that is, what that virus is, and a lot of people are freaking out there, put masks on, using hand antibiotics, sanitation wipes and hand sanitizer and all that stuff. But what you gotta understand is when you kill bacteria, it kills all bacteria, even the good bacteria.
Yeah, hand sanitizer is not necessarily like saving lives.
It's not. You're actually making the environment worse because you're killing all the bacteria, like the good one too. So understand this particular virus attacks a certain type of person. We'll jump into that too.
So the basics. We'll go through the real basic stuff first. Symptoms of coronavirus. Some people infected have no symptoms at all. When the virus does cause symptoms, it causes low-grade fever, body aches, coughing, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat. COVID-19 can occasionally cause more severe symptoms like a high fever, severe cough, shortness of breath, which normally would look like something like a severe flu or pneumonia. So my advice at this point is, if that's what you think you're looking like, go to the hospital, get checked, figure it out.
Don't wait.
Yeah, don't wait. How long is it between when a person is exposed to the virus and when they start showing symptoms? Because the coronavirus has just been discovered, the time from exposure to symptom onset, known as the incubation period for most people specifically, has yet to be determined. Based on the current information that we have, you can show from suddenly, like the next day or two, up to 13 days. Hence the reason everybody's home for 2 weeks. That makes sense, right? If they say it takes 13 days to show up, I'm gonna send you home for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you get a whole 13 days.
Yeah.
So I can
feel
really
fine.
Exactly.
And you're at home and now you start to bleed out your eyes. That doesn't happen. I'm joking. Like, you don't bleed out your I don't think.
No, you don't bleed out your eyes.
Cool.
Recently published research. So since it has started and since it has been becoming a big deal, the research found that most commonly your incubation period is about 5 days. Coronavirus is thought to spread mainly from person to person, can be close contact when droplets that come from an infected person, meaning when they sneeze or cough on you, land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby and inhaled into their lungs. That sounds so disgusting.
So disrespectful too. Cover your mouth. Like, put a bag over your head. Like, if you know you're about to sneeze, keep that to yourself. Like, it gets in your mouth. I never thought about that when somebody sneezes.
So this is not like a, hey, you sneeze, achoo, and I like get on his jeans.
No, you inhale
This is like inhaling, or I'm close to somebody, I sneeze right here, your mouth is open. Even if your mouth ain't open, you're breathing in through your nose, it goes into your system.
That's not boogers in your mouth. That's disgusting.
Yes, it's pretty. It sounds pretty disgusting, right?
Keep it to yourself.
Coronavirus can also spread contact to contact with surfaces or objects. Yeah. So, I sneeze, achoo, table, you come, touch my germs, you got it too.
Put it in your mouth, wipe your eyes.
It says touching a surface or object with the virus on it, then touching your mouth, nose, or eyes, you'll get it.
So what they're saying is you could have corona on your hands
and not have it on your body,
not actually
in your body,
have it.
and not get it in your body.
You put it in your nasty ass mouth. There you go. Now you're infected.
So with kids, people, you tell your kids, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Also tell them, don't put your hands in your face. Don't put your hands in your face. Stop putting your hands in your mouth. Stop putting your hands. Stop rubbing your eyes.
Stop licking your fingers.
Ugh. That's just like. I just imagine the little gross germ picture that they're showing.
Yeah.
Like sitting on the table and a kid grabbing it and.
Yeah, it like.
And I was like.
Blows on your hand because it's disgusting. All right. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right.
That's nasty. So, fatality rates. Let's make this simple because it's like 4 paragraphs. It doesn't kill everybody.
No.
If you have a good immune system, it is possible that you can go to a hospital, get treatment, be quarantined in a kennel, and you can get better.
Well, let me just say this: when you say quarantine, in my mind, I think about the guys with the rubber suits and have you in this plastic room, and then when you leave, they burn the room or something, like suck all the air out. It just sounds so sterile. We'll quarantine you.
Well, if we're doing numbers, the flu has killed more people than the coronavirus. However, I think because this attacks your immune system in such an aggressive way, there are certain populations that are more at risk than others, which we'll talk about. The numbers circulating right now for the coronavirus are likely to be adjusted over time as more people are tested and reports become more available, which could result in more or less cases. So the people who are at the highest risk, so this is the populations of people that need to be extra careful, right? Older people, people over 60, people with underlying medical issues such as bronchitis, emphysema, heart failure, diabetes, things with people with autoimmune deficiency type disorders, things like HIV, things like anything that weakens your immune system over a period of time, cancer, things like that, where you are terminally ill or something that is continuously wearing down your immune system, you probably shouldn't go outside too much.
And stay in your bubble. But the real reason, one of the main reasons with that is because if you have any of these conditions, what it does is the virus attacks your respiratory system. So if you are older, 9 times out of 10, your oxygen intake is a little bit lower than normal, like your oxygen cycle or whatever. And bronchitis, asthma, those things are respiratory, so it affects you like that too. So don't think because you're younger or you're this race or that race, it doesn't affect you. It can if you're dealing with some of these things. And people running around like, oh, I'll be fine, I don't have whatever. But if you're dealing with some of these conditions, you're more prone to be affected severely by it. So
we mentioned earlier, if you are experiencing any type of like flu-like, cold-like symptoms, go to the hospital. This piece is specific to children. So children tend to be a lot more active than adults. So we feel things like body aches, pains, the flu, and we're like, oh my God, it's like death. Kids are not like that. Like, how many kids do you see that have like the flu? They're like bouncing off the wall still.
Yeah.
So it's saying that kids, they could have it and still exhibit mild symptoms like fever, runny nose, coughing. Children having severe complications and severe symptoms that are showing consistently is much less frequent. So the children that are at high risk for these issues, children that have any type of respiratory issues. So kids that have like chronic respiratory issues, kids that have asthma, anything that has to do with breathing. Even if you have somebody who has, like a child who has really bad allergies, they can't breathe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they already can't breathe.
You know the crazy part
And
is
the weather.
And the weather, so you're already dealing with allergies.
Because it's been like burning hot one day and then it's
Yeah.
like freezing the next day, all that up and down. Like I came outside the other day when it was like really nice outside and my car was covered in pollen.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yeah, it's time.
I'm like, this is crazy.
It's that time of the year. So if you see somebody sneezing, it's not because they have corona. It could be because they have allergies. So it's kind of hard to tell. Like, because some people get really sick with the allergy season. Like you actually have a cold, but you don't. It's just the
when I
pollen.
was really young, my brother is a few years younger than me. He has really bad allergies. But when we were kids, he used to get sent home from school.
Oh wow.
Because his allergies were so bad, you couldn't tell whether he had like the flu and pink eye or allergies, because his eyes would get bloodshot red. He was like swollen both eyes. He'd be sneezing and coughing. Like it would really look like he was like deathly ill.
Yeah.
So we have to keep like all possibilities in mind.
Yeah.
Because you really just don't know.
You don't know. And they're not dying. It's not corona. It's just pollen. But you know, people talk about the coronavirus as if it's like a killer, like it's an actual like serial killer. You know that Rona. Now watch out for that corona out there. I can't explain to you how many times when I was out in public, somebody stopped me and said, "Hey man, how you feeling?" Like, what do you mean? I'm fine. What's going on? You good? Like, man, you gotta be safe out here, man. Make sure you wash your hands. I'm like, I've been washing my hands the whole time. Like, how many
I always wash my hands. It's not something I only do.
Yeah. When is a virus happening?
And if you're the one saying things like that, it's kind of scary.
You're nasty. Let me just have a side moment. So all you people out there that are buying all the toilet paper, buying all the hand sanitizer, buying all the Lysol wipes, good for you, but I just want to point out something for you. You should have been doing that anyway. Like, you should have been like, are you just wiping your booties now? Or are you wiping it more now because the corona's out?
You're more thorough.
Are you more, what's going on here? Like, it freaks me out when I go in the store and all the stuff is gone on the shelves. Like, where all the toilet paper go? What's happening here? And the funny thing is this. I don't know if you noticed it. Have you been in the store recently?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the store, if you go to Walmart, Target, and you go down the toilet paper aisle, and you go down like the Lysol aisle and all that stuff is pretty much scarce, really nothing in there. Go down the aisle with all the vitamins.
No, they're all
Vitamins galore.
They're all there.
Nobody's taking any immune boosters, no vitamins, nothing. I'm like,
I know, and I'm passing out in my house, we're passing out like the little chewable vitamin C tablets.
yes,
We're like, here, take one of these.
eat one of these. Eat
For
an
fun.
orange, drink orange juice, something like.
Like, people do not give food the proper, nobody gives food credit.
No.
Like, eat healthy.
Eat healthy, wash your hands like you always have.
So this was the research department's tips. Avoid close contact with people who are sick, who appear to be sick. Avoid touching your nose, eyes, and mouth. I don't know why this is a hard thing. If your hands have not been cleaned within the last 30 seconds, do not put them on your face. Plain and simple.
You know the funny part? When you tell somebody don't do something, that's when they do it the most.
Oh God, yeah.
Don't touch your face. I gotta touch it. I just can't resist putting my finger in my mouth. Like, why?
I don't have to.
Don't touch it. Don't touch your face. Why not? Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Stay home if you're sick. Okay.
Keep your germs to yourself.
I don't know why this is a thing. And I get it. Like, everybody has to make money. So, like, even when your kids are, like, snot-nosed and sneezing and coughing all over the place, they're like, no, my son is going to school.
Shh.
Cut it out.
Listen, you better keep little Johnny Snotty Nose ass.
Cut it out. I get it. Like, everybody wants to go to work. Everybody wants, and it's hard. Look, I'm a single parent.
I feel you.
I can't always find somebody to, and like, her dad is local. He works too. Like, everybody has a job.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I gotta like wrestle to find somebody. And the only people home are what? Daycare providers. I take her to a daycare. She just get another kid sick. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? And it's not easy. However, keep your kids home. Stay home.
Please.
Please stay home.
I beg of you. We don't want to see a snotty-nosed kid at school anyway, or even in public.
Sneezing and coughing on wiping their nose on their shirt.
Yeah.
You see the ones that go like this?
Yes. Do that, or they use the sleeve.
Or this is my favorite. It's the most disgusting thing ever. I don't know who taught their kids to do this. I had friends that did it when I was a kid, and I used to look at them like,
yes.
what is that? Like, it goes from here down your whole wrist, and then you go,
and then across the chest. I just bless myself with whatever was in there, and then they say, "Hey, can I have some of your chips?"
No.
What the?
Don't
Get your little badass kid and his snotty nose, little Roscoe. I don't condone that. If your kid's sick, keep him at the crib. Y'all pass around in the house. Like, don't come out in public and give it to the rest of the people.
Oh my God.
You know, Sharon is caring, but not you do that.
And if you are, put a mask, do something. Like,
glove up, please.
Cover when you sneeze and cough and make noise, all that stuff you're doing. Use a tissue. Just tell them, grab a tissue, put it over your face.
Yeah, that's what they made for. Somebody's pissed at us because we're talking about their kids.
Right now.
And we're talking about you.
And they're looking at their kids and they're watching their kids in there because it's Sunday, right? So tomorrow would typically be a school day.
Yeah.
And it's Sunday and they're looking at their kid and they're like, you gonna carry your ass to school tomorrow? I don't care.
Nah.
Meanwhile, their kids in the living room like,
bleed, none of that. You don't bleed out your eyes. I'm joking. But
don't do it. Stop sending your kids to school like that. It's so gross.
Yeah, stop sending your walking dead children to school. They don't need to be around other people. And you too, like, stay home if you're sick for real, and especially if you work with the public. Like, you're in like a customer service based job.
God, it makes me so irritated.
Stay home, and if you prepare food, don't even think about it. Stay home.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Outbreak monkeys.
Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects, surfaces, regular household cleaning spray, and a wipe. Like, it's not that hard. You get some Lysol wipes. You ain't even gotta spray nothing.
Real talk. Just use bleach.
You get some wipes. You get bleach wipes. Just get them. Wipe stuff down. They come like 100 million in a little circle thing. All you gotta do is pull one out. They're like,
And don't invite people to your house when you know somebody's sick in the crib. Hey man, come on over. I need to know the condition of everybody in the crib.
Look out for me.
Look out for me.
Be my
The
friend.
house has tissue all over the floor. And I'm like, somebody in here is dying. I don't wanna be in here. I don't like it here. I'm going home.
Washing hands. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Alcohol-based hand sanitizer. It says it has to be at least 60% alcohol to kill anything. Them little the non-name brand joints that are in the store look like water in a jar, but it says hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Don't use that. And tidbit for you, side note, if you use hand sanitizer and you wash your hands more than normal now, please use some type of moisturizer for your hands, because what happens is your hands start to crack. Now you have an open wound on your hand and it doesn't even help you.
You want to laugh? I just read this. So the CDC has a specific website just for hand washing. I swear. They made a website
Sure. No, I
just
sure.
for detailed instructions on washing hands.
Sure.
First of all, it's sad that here in the United States, we need a whole website
the
for
whole
washing
department to,
for washing hands. Somebody's getting paid for that.
Did you see the video of the newscasters talking about songs you can sing while you wash your hands. So they had like
They have
song.
they have kids videos for that. Like the whole, like everything.
Okay.
They do. They have whole videos, like whole video songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of them.
Oh, I have some bad news for you too. I don't know if you're gonna read this in there. If you're wearing a mask because you think it's gonna protect you, bad news for the people that have beards. You're out of the game. It doesn't help us if we wear a mask.
Face masks are not recommended for the general public. Not recommended. If you have respiratory symptoms like coughing, sneezing, you can wear a mask to protect other people. So basically, so those little droplets we were talking about earlier don't go like all over the place. I would say that's probably a good practice for people who don't make a habit of covering their face when they're doing that.
Yeah.
Children especially, like I have face masks in my house because they forget. Or sometimes my daughter is the greatest and she goes to cover her mouth, but the reflex is real slow. So by the time she gets to the covering,
It's already out.
it's like, Hechoo!
Oh, yes, everywhere.
And I'm like, that did nothing.
At all. It was a good effort. But yeah, nah.
So if you have any kind of flu symptoms, don't fly anywhere, don't go anywhere, don't leave the house, don't be wandering around. Basically, there's no research saying that if you've had it already, like there are people that have had it and recovered, there's nothing that says if you've had it and gotten better that you can't get it again.
Oh yeah.
You could get it again.
Oh,
so don't be running around like, I got it already, it's not chickenpox. Like, you got it already doesn't mean you can't get it again, so cut it out.
It's going down. You'll get sick all over here and affect other people.
Oh, this was a good one. I'm glad I'm looking at this. So, there's a lot of people out there who have asthma that take steroids. Steroids kill your immune system. Don't go outside. You don't have no immune system. You're gonna get sick. So don't do it. Cut it out.
High five. Great job.
Yeah, like the biggest thing is I think that people aren't like informed on what keeps them healthy, or like they're not, it's not that the information is not out there, they just don't do the research. So this was their tips on keeping healthy, right? And I read these and I was like, but maybe somebody needs to know because it's here. Don't smoke if you're getting sick, because smoking messes with your respiratory system.
Yeah.
So don't smoke.
That's hard to tell a smoker though. If you want to
breathe.
Yeah. Some people, I've seen people with an oxygen tank.
Look, I've seen it. I know.
So,
Or I've been literally like, my mom does not smoke anymore, but she used to when I was a kid. And I always used to make this joke about her having emphysema. She does not have emphysema.
Thank
Disclaimer. But I used to call it, when she used to get sick, I remember calling it the emphysema cough. Because it sounded like she was gasping for air, but she was a smoker.
Yeah.
So when she used to get sick when I was a kid, it used to be like this. And I used to be like, God, are you okay? I mean, it's not anymore, but back then I remember like making a joke about it because I was like a teenager, and I was like, now that I'm reading stuff like this, I'm like, gosh, like who wants to deal with that? So it says don't smoke, eat a diet high in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, take a multivitamin.
The normal stuff you would do when you get sick.
To make sure you're getting all the nutrition you need. Try to exercise a few times a week. Maintain a good weight. Control your stress level. Watch your blood pressure. Do not drink a ton of alcohol. So.
A ton?
Yeah.
So you still drink?
It says drink only in moderation, no more than 2 drinks a day for men, 1 a day for women if you're drinking on a daily basis. Make sure you get enough sleep, and to avoid infection, such as washing your hands frequently, if you touch something that you shouldn't be touching, don't touch anything up here until you wash your hands again. And the big tip is just, and I've noticed like it's the trending thing, do not touch your eyes, nose, mouth at all. Ever.
I just can't.
And all these people who are like running to the store, it says basically the things they want you to keep on hand in your house is like fruits, vegetables, high fiber items, dry cereal, oatmeal, things like chicken broth, oils, and water. It don't say anything here about,
Toilet paper.
it says nothing here about toilet paper. I'm just saying.
So I talked to someone and they said it's a reason behind.
Oh yeah, because
like,
toilet paper comes from China.
There's a reason why people buy certain things is because it's like an instinct we have to feel comfortable and feel safe, and we go to the comfort things. So toilet paper is like a comfort luxury thing to say, if anything happened, I can still wipe my booty. What? The most luxury thing we have that's so simple is toilet paper, and I want to be able to wipe my nose and my butt. And so that's what they buy all the toilet paper for, and the paper towels, and yeah.
So good like little tips that they share that are like, I mean, we don't always think about it, but it says even in your house, don't share drinking glasses, utensils, whatever. So for those of us who have small children, don't go. Your kids put everything in their mouth. I know you don't think so because you're like, my kid is not disgusting that way. They do it when you're not looking.
Your kid's mouth is like a trash compactor. It's disgusting.
It says to stay away from high traffic. So, you know, I hate to think about it like this because you don't want to cause mass hysteria, right? When you go to a restaurant, what do you think is like the nastiest thing in a restaurant?
The table, the chair, the door handle.
Nope.
The glasses, the forks, the people.
None of those things.
What is it?
The menu.
Who would have ever thunk it? You are absolutely right, because they don't wipe the menus down.
Nobody's cleaning menus. Everybody touches the menu and nobody cleans
I'm
it.
like, I'll check
and
on my
how
phone.
many people?
You're right. Let me see
How
what I
many
want
people
to
do you
eat.
see walk into a restaurant and go to the bathroom, wash your hands before they touch the menu?
That's, first of all, let me explain something to you. If you walk into a restaurant, if you don't take your ass into the bathroom first and wash your hands, you need to get up and leave. That's disgusting. Because we know you didn't wash your hands at any other point before you came in there. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
So,
Real piece of work.
the menu. The menu.
The menu is nasty.
The menu's gross.
Check the menu on your phone. Like, I'm good. I'll just.
If you have somebody in your home that has it, stay in another room, keep them separated. If you have 2 bathrooms, let them use 1 bathroom by themselves.
Yeah.
And avoid touching what?
Everything. Yeah, but don't touch nothing. Strap them to the chair. Like, put them in the bed, strap them down the chair
You
or the bed.
can't strap people down. Don't do that.
Put plastic over their door and their windows. Like, keep them in one place. Give them a bucket, a pot, something to piss in.
And leave
Leave them in there. Throw like Lysol bombs in there every now and then. Give them water, vitamins. You know, give them like a TV with Netflix on it so they'd be okay. And give it about 2 weeks. Give them about 2 weeks.
So
I'm not a doctor. Don't.
that was the basis of the information given.
It's the standard stuff, people. Like, stay clean, cover your mouth, cover your nose, wash your hands, be courteous of other people. Don't take all the toilet paper. We still wipe our booties too.
The regular people
the
who aren't
regular
buying
people.
up all the store stuff.
About 2 rolls, like 2 packages, and that's it. Like, when you in there fighting over toilet paper and alcohol and all these other weird.
I know. I had friends calling me and they're like, "Did you get the toilet paper?" And I'm like, "I had toilet paper already."
Good.
I had toilet paper.
am good. I don't need extra toilet paper.
Do you guys need toilet paper? I see them writing. I see long
Somebody
sentences.
needs toilet paper.
Somebody wrote a sentence, and
Hey,
I'm
listen, I got some. I'll sell it to you.
like, I sell toilet paper.
Yeah, I got you. I'll say it's gonna be a little markup on it, but I got you. If you need.
So I went on Amazon Prime,
Was it-
and I wasn't looking for toilet paper, FYI.
Was it
I was
so much?
actually going to look for food because I went to the grocery store, and the grocery store was like pandemonium.
Yeah.
And I just wanted like a couple packs of chicken, some rice. Like I didn't want nothing crazy. But it was crazy, so I was gonna go on Amazon Prime and just order food. They weren't making deliveries because they were so busy that they didn't have any more space for deliveries. It said check back in 48 hours. Cut it out, people. That's so ridiculous.
That's crazy. But you know who still goes to work every day that probably should stay home, but they probably will never stay home? The UPS drivers and the post office people. Like, y'all passing things from across the world through
But you know
to
what?
other
A lot
people.
of them, I've noticed that. So I've had a lot of friends that like work for the post office. Never a woman, all guys, but that did like post office, like delivery or worked in the post office. And the couple of people that I know, or the few, I probably know 4 or 5 people that have worked in the post office for an extended amount of time. All of them wear gloves every single day.
Yeah.
Like for everything they do, they
Yeah.
change their gloves out, wash their
Smart.
hands,
Smart.
and you exercise a lot because you're
Smart.
moving around a lot. And they're probably like 5 of the healthiest people I know.
Yeah.
Because they're like so overly aware.
Yeah.
But they wear gloves for everything, and
Hmm.
when they're in the post office, a lot of people wear masks, or they wear like bandanas or something over their face. And I think that kind of went into like effect as common practice in some places after like the anthrax thing. But
Well, shout out to my post office man, because he doesn't wear gloves.
he probably doesn't when if he does, you'd see him.
Yo, bro, I pray for you every night. Because that's some disgusting. I think about like how many people touched that piece of mail and where did it come from? And what were they doing when they put the paper inside the envelope? And then did they lick it? Because if they licked it to seal it, that's more germs. And then they handed it
by
off.
the time they get it, it's probably dead.
What's that?
The germ.
No.
You think they just sit there
Yes.
alive
Yeah,
and hang out?
bacteria hangs around. Like, this will just die off. Like, bacteria is like one of those, like, it's like roaches. They don't just die. Like, you got to really work to kill that. So, like, yeah,
I mean, it's nasty, people. Like, come on.
people at banks. I feel for y'all. I pray for every bank teller in the world. You guys touch the most disgusting things,
Money.
and y'all don't wear gloves.
And then you take the money from people.
Yeah.
So I remember one time I went to the bank. This is when I was a kid. I was with my stepfather. And he used to manage a restaurant. And he used to go crazy. Like when he used to see people do like nasty things. And we went into the bank one time. And he was depositing cash. And the person counting the money, I saw like those look of disgust on his face. And I'm looking at the girl like, what is the problem? So she went like this.
Oh,
Started.
so you just want to be, so you just brave, huh?
And he was like,
This is how things get spread around.
and I think like, of course now I'm talking about all this stuff because it was always with my stepfather and my dad does it too. But they're like very particular about cleanliness and things getting spread around. And my stepfather was another one. We went to Nathan's for a hot dog. And there was only one girl there.
Yeah,
So she took our money
yeah, and major food.
and went and got our food.
Not washed your hands.
And didn't do nothing in between. My stepdad lost it. She came back with the tray
Yeah.
and he was like, are you serious?
Nah.
look, we gotta be more conscious. Like, you gotta be more aware of what you're doing.
Yeah. I can't even like give you any excuses. The thing is, especially when you're preparing food and you're handling like things are like, so even if you're preparing food and you wash the dishes too, like you should like have a step process. So if I'm washing the dishes, using gloves obviously, but when I finish, I need to go wash my hands, sanitize my hands. Then I'm going to the grill, do that. When I finish with the grill, go wash my hands again because you're dealing with raw product.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, like you have to be aware what you're doing. Where your hair nets, where your beard nets. That's another thing that's weird to me. But where your beard nets and all that stuff, like, and so.
But I get it because your hair like gets out.
It's out and it gets in the food and you got stuff that's in your beard that can just drop into. It's nasty. Listen, I don't eat out as often as I used to anymore, so I'm more aware of like what could happen when you eat out.
I mean, check out some of Chef Ramsay's shows. Chef Ramsay.
I think it's all right as a consumer to go into your kitchen at a restaurant and inspect your kitchen. I think I should have the right to do that.
I feel like anyone should. When I started watching, Chef Ramsay has, he has like Master Chef, but he got a bunch of other like little shows where he like goes to. There was one that is like he's saving restaurants within like a day or two.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
I like that guy too, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
John, that's his name. But you go into these restaurants and you see like how easily like somebody throws some raw chicken on here, take it off, then throw my vegetables on there, and then you're like, what are you doing? That's so disgusting. So disgusting. It's not always like that person is sometimes looking at like, I was just in a rush, or the time, or this is what I was trying to do. Obviously, we all have things that we gotta do. We all have time restraints. I get it. We're trying to make money. We're trying to like live a life. But that time and attention to details and what's required to keep everybody healthy and safe is way more important. Because I get like nervous watching any kind of like restaurant show.
I do too, because then it makes me like, I don't want to eat out anymore.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
It's like, let's look underneath your stove, and then the stove hasn't been cleaned in 6 years.
I watch those shows and my stomach turns.
Yeah. Jordan, have you seen they clean the surfaces of the counters in the back with the same rag that they clean the dishes with? That freaked me out. I don't remember what show it was, but I'm like,
but when you look at those rags look disgusting.
They are filthy.
And you put them in the washer, and they come back out, and they still look disgusting. So sometimes I'm like, I really don't know.
It's clean. I'm like, not really. It doesn't have that clean look to it.
So, but why? So my thing is, if it's really clean, why does it come out of the washing machine looking like that?
Yeah. It's baked into the fabric. There you go.
Like,
throw it away.
Okay, we went somewhere else. We did. But all those things are like relevant. It's just about like
that's how you pay insurance.
Sanitizing thing. When I was in the Navy and I was on the boat, they send you cranking, which anybody who's active duty or has been, they know what that is. In the Navy, they know what that means. So you have to go like do another job for a certain amount of time, and it's usually a job you don't want to do. So it's like the kitchen area, either like food or cleaning, or so they have the scullery, which is where you like wash dishes and like where people dump their trays basically. And I did not work there, but obviously I had friends who did. And I used to work the night shift, and I used to go in there like if I had a friend working or something, and watching somebody, I don't care how hot that water is, watching roaches like crawl out of it every time you switch the thing on. Like, it's about to get hot in here, let's run. It's like, but because of the moisture, they're all there. And it's just like, and they're like, it's not that bad because it gets really hot and it kills all the germs. And I'm like, I'm not buying that. So just be mindful of what you're doing and the people that you're around, or if you're around people. If you have a little sneeze, cough.
Yeah.
Just don't go outside.
Just don't go outside. And if you have to travel, and if you're not flying, if you're staying in a hotel room, that's when the wipes come into play.
Bring your wipes with you.
Wipe everything down, especially the phone. The phone and remote control is the nastiest thing in a hotel room. You'll think it's the bed. And the reason I'm telling you from experience, I used to be a general manager for hotels for like 10 years. So I'm trying to let you know. If you really want to freak somebody out, you think you're doing something with all your wipes, take a black light and just go over any surface.
That's disgusting.
You will see what you've been dealing with the whole time. But the thing is, just prepare for if you're staying at a hotel, wipe down the phone, wipe down your remote control, wipe down the door handles.
Wipe down anything that you want to touch, because a million other people have touched it.
Don't sit in the chair.
And pull back your sheets and check out your mattress.
Yeah, your comforter, that goes on the floor. Don't ever put that on your skin. But I won't tell you why. But don't sit in the chair. Don't listen to me. Don't sit in the chair at a hotel room bare butt. Don't sit in the chair in your underwear. Don't sit in the chair with the clothes you're going to get into bed with. Don't sit in the chair.
Gross.
Why? Take a black light and wand over the chair. They can't clean the chair like they clean the remote. I'm sorry. It just, hotel rooms are disgusting. But it is what it is. We use them. Just make sure you're prepared.
Bring your Lysol and bring your wipes.
Go to work and have a black light and go over the surface.
Ew.
Take the black light and put it in your car. It's yours though. It belongs to you.
Anyway, you guys just be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
And be mindful if you're taking care of old people or small children. Keep them away from stuff. Wear a coat. Wrap up. Keep yourself healthy. Drink a lot of water. Take your vitamins. Eat healthy. I mean, this stuff is not like rocket science.
And it's not time to have a corona party. Don't invite a bunch of friends to the crib. Hey man, I guess we gotta work, man. No, that can be dangerous for you. So
just don't.
Just be mindful. That's all. All right, y'all. We're about to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all for watching. As always, make sure you go and like and share our video right down below. Go ahead and click the button, the bell, so you can get notifications. Go on all social media. You can actually follow us on Morning Coffee on Facebook and the Morning Coffee Show on Instagram. You can find me on IG at P Hakeem.
You can find me on Facebook, Amanda Love, and
straight like that. And you can catch us right here, Morning Coffee Show. Appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves. Wipe, wash, cover.
And don't touch your face.
And don't touch other people's kids.
Oof.
There you go. Don't do that. All right, until next time. Thanks for watching.